Both Sony and Microsoft have been going side to side in the race of technology. Introducing new and far amusing technology, both of the companies have been bringing up challenges to each other and improving themselves more and more in the race of competition. Sony has announced the release of their new next-gen console at the end of this year, which should be something Sony is launching 7 years after their last console, the PS4, which was released in 2013. On the other hand, the candidate standing side by side as a strong competitor is no other than Microsoft's new next-gen console, the Xbox Series X, which also has been announced to be released later this year. Both companies have strived at their best to give off a better console than the other, and revealed the newest features of their consoles in the events held by companies. After letting out the wonderful feature of the PS5 and Xbox Series X, both of the companies let the decision in the hands of the audience to decide which console really would come up on top. Welcome to Trending 10, and today we're going to be counting down the 10 reasons why the PlayStation 5 is better than the Xbox Series X. If you guys plan on getting the Xbox or the PlayStation 5 or are a big fan of the consoles, make sure to drop a like on today's video. As well, don't forget to turn on our post notifications so you never miss new content from us. Alright guys, let's get right into the video. Number 10. Designing. When comparing the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, we clearly need more information to digest. With the passing year, we are drawing closer to know more and more about the features and designs of the two consoles, but there are still gaps in our knowledge that need to be filled, as Sony and Microsoft's next big releases are a bit of a surprise for us. Fortunately, there are new details being released all the time, and every day we're learning much more about what the future what's to hold with the PlayStation and Xbox. We now know what the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series will look like, and with our knowledge of both consoles, this has led to the conclusion that we really choose whose design is more fascinating to our eyes. Sony's design for the PlayStation 5 is striking, though it's perhaps not as big as initially appeared. It sports two-tone color design with a DualSense PS5 controller that can be positioned both vertically and horizontally, which makes it a perfect next-gen console for the future. And as for the Xbox Series X design, it is more of a block-like style that we've seen in previous Xbox consoles, making it look similar to a small gaming PC. Number 9. Better features to offer. Talking about Sony's PlayStation 5, they have two features to offer that describe the act your age phrase and also highlights the advancing era of the digital world. There's a choice between a console with a 4K Blu-ray drive and a digital edition that's entirely discless, for those who just prefer the truly next-gen gaming era with downloading all your games onto the PlayStation. Now you can go your own style and play your games in your comfort zone. And for Xbox, will Microsoft really follow the suit? While Xbox is offering compatible features, the Series X has an internal optical drive with a slot in front of the disc, and Xbox has confirmed that the next-gen console will indeed be able to play 4K Blu-rays and support both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. Number 8. Compatibility. The system architect Mark Cerny used a live stream to take us to a frenzy ride, detailing features like its SSD drive and backwards compatibility. Sony has also confirmed that the PlayStation 5 will be backwards compatible with your PS4 games, and according to a Wired article, the next-gen console will still accept physical media because of its similar PS4 architecture, thus making it compatible with PS4 games. When it comes to the Xbox Series X, Microsoft has been a little more outspoken. Microsoft got the lowdown on a number of features such as Smart Delivery, which will actually allow you to play the best version possible, according to which you will actually get a copy for your Xbox Series X if you buy a game on your Xbox One. This feature surely sets PlayStation 5 apart from the Xbox. Also, it brings Xbox a little more forward in the race of competition. Still, the future holds that which console is really going to be the new next-gen console. Number 7. PlayStation 5 versus Xbox Series X price. While neither the PS5 nor the Xbox Series X has a confirmed price yet, we can still make a little assumption on behalf of the last launch console. The PS4 launched at a price of $400, while the Xbox One launched at $500. But remember that those consoles launched 7 years ago. Microsoft believed that it had a machine that would fundamentally change the media landscape for its hosts. Most rumors and expert analysis put both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X around $500, but the truth is that there is no way we know the full price of the Xbox since there is no official announcement. According to Forbes, the final price of both consoles is around $500. With almost the same price, we're going to probably choose the one with more features and better specs in the same price compared as the other one. Number 6. All the wonderful specs. The classic battle between Microsoft, Xbox, and Sony's PlayStation continues as both the companies are prepared to roll out their products in late 2020. When it comes to the specs, Xbox still stands straight side by side with PlayStation as both of the consoles are getting almost the exact specs. The Xbox Series X will feature 12 teraflops of power and up to 8 times more graphical performance than the Xbox One. On the PS5 side, we all know that the console will be using AMD chips. This includes an 8-core CPU running on a modified version of the Ryzen line. The PS5's GPU will also be from AMD, based on the Radeon Navi line, and will support the resource-intensive process known as ray tracing. Number 5. Storage. Sony will be moving away from hard drives in favor of solid-state drives for the PlayStation 5. It'll be a custom super-fast 825GB SSD, with a slot for expanding storage. The PlayStation 5's SSD also allows it to be segmented how you install content. You can also load directly into certain modes from the dashboard, so instead of having to navigate through all the menus first, it will allow you to jump right into a multiplayer match with a friend. The Xbox Series X will also be able to make use of a solid-state drive. It is a custom 1TB SSD SSD using NVMe technology, and it'll support expansion cards. It'll also support external hard drives as well. Number 4, compatibility with virtual reality. It was more than a year ago that Sony informed its next-gen console would continue to support PlayStation VR. The PlayStation 5 will be fully compatible with the PlayStation VR headset. At the same time, we can also expect a new PlayStation VR headset in the works for the PlayStation 5. As well, we never got a virtual reality headset from the Xbox. Microsoft currently has no plans for an Xbox Series X VR headset. Microsoft may not just be interested in this kind of technology. Number 3, controllers. While the new Xbox console is quite a big departure from designs past, the controller is sticking with the manufacturer's excellent tested controller formula. For you guys, a much needed share button has been added, which will make the process of capturing videos and screenshots much easier. The new DualSense reimagines PlayStation's traditional controller design. The shape of the controller looks ever so slightly more angular and chunkier. We get the new redesigned shoulder buttons, which are set to offer a whole new level of haptic feedback. Our first viewing of the Xbox Series X controller, it may look like the analog stick remains unchanged, but after taking a closer look, the edges do seem a bit more reminiscent. They also appear to be a little bit closer together than before, although our eyes could just be playing tricks on us. The controller also seems to ditch the traditional colored face button. Elsewhere, the share button has now been replaced with create. The light bar is integrated around the sides of the new look touchpad, and a new microphone array for chatting with friends without the need of a headset. Number 2, PlayStation 5 versus Xbox Series X games. In terms of games, we now actually know more about the PlayStation 5 games like Horizon, Forbidden West, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Deathloop. These games were actually all announced during Sony's recent Future of Gaming livestream event to finally furnish us with some games. Don't get too carried away by all of that talk of specs though. When it comes to the clash of the PlayStation 5 versus the Xbox Series X, there's more to it than just debating the merits of raw power alone, and that's only a small part of the picture. There's going to be a whole generation defined by quality of services offered. The PlayStation 5 is getting plenty of promising third-party games too, including Resident Evil Village, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Hitman 3. And we already know that some of the generation's biggest hits are getting new PS5 versions, including Grand Theft Auto 5, Destiny 2, and Fortnite. As for the Xbox, its exclusive games can also be played on PC, while Sony has decided to choose otherwise, making it a true exclusive gaming console. Number 1, reviews of the PlayStation 5 being more powerful. Ultimately though, these two consoles are extremely similar, as they both feature PCIe 4.0x4 NVMe M2 SSDs with customized hardware. They both have hardware-based compressions on a custom I/O block. They both utilize AMD's new RDNA 2 GPU architectures and flexible Zen 2 CPUs, and they both use 16GB of DDR6 memory. Still, the overall performance values are different. The CPU, GPU, and even memory bandwidth are all different, as is the solid-state drive speed. Sony's PlayStation 5 is a lot faster than the Xbox Series X, but the Xbox Series X has a beefier GPU and more compute units that'll help deliver better ray tracing games. But when it comes down to it, both systems are gonna be alike and unique at the same time, and it goes beyond just video game selection. The dawn of the new generation is gonna be a momentous time for Sony and Microsoft, with both aiming to take new console crown and convince players to upgrade from their older Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles. The future is really gonna decide the fate of both these consoles and their companies. Well guys, that's going to conclude our picks to the 10 reasons why the PlayStation 5 is better than the Xbox. If you're a Gearfire listener or a fan of the PlayStation 5, make sure to drop a like on today's video. As well, don't forget to turn on post notifications so you never miss new content from Train 10 when it goes live on the channel. Alrighty guys, with that all said, I'll see you guys in the next video.